sure my music's. Ah, there you are. I found you. I found you. There you are, man. How you doing this evening?
I'm good, man. Better to be seen than viewed, right? So I'm glad I'm seen.
Yeah, well, you know, it's what I don't know what's going on over here. Ghosts in the machine. I don't know what to tell you. That's how that works. Joe, man. Okay, first off, here I'm about to tell you something that might blow your mind. This is gonna it's gonna be like, oh, and then it's gonna be like, oh, what I'm about to tell you. This is technically week 13 in the college football season.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the part where you go, oh man, the season's almost over. Like, you know, we've only got a couple games left, and then, you know, and so that's the all moment. But the good part of that is that we are literally on the calendar just now halfway through the whole college football thing because of the extended college football playoff and all that. So there's still a ton of football in front of us, even though it don't feel that way. You know what I mean? So I kind of, when I heard that today, again, I was like bummed out, and then I was like mind blown. So, you know, that's kind of how that went.
That's a good way to say it. Yeah, that's a good way to say it.
People are in here with us in the chat tonight. Joe, a lot of my good folks joined me last night, and I was like, my voice is a little scratchy, but last night I was struggling, and I might be struggling tonight, depending on how much I talk. But they hung in here with me last night, and here we are back tonight. Hopefully I'll sound better tonight for you guys, hanging in here and getting this thing going. I love seeing everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for hanging out with us like always. I appreciate you being here, especially on the adjusted time, because
that's right.
I didn't even know that was going to happen. And it just, I was like, we got to change the time. So I appreciate y'all hanging in here with us and making it happen. Joe, anything interesting in your world before we get into what's happening over here in the SEC?
Well, you know, just doing all the things. You've had some spelling bee competitions. I've had some 4-H DPA competitions. All the kids are doing all the things, right? Got holiday break starting today. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the chat and on the old socials and wherever you might be watching or listening to this today. We certainly appreciate you being here. You know, I've just been hanging out, talking. It's political year for me, so I'm enjoying talking to politicians and listening to folks and doing all that good stuff. And so, you know, just a whole lot of conversating.
Serving the community. That's what you're doing. Serving the community. That's what it's about.
Going to be serving turkeys. Got high school football tomorrow, and then going to be serving turkeys literally in the community on Saturday.
Outstanding.
And we were at the food drive yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Just out doing all the things, man. You know,
outstanding. I appreciate all that. And guys, you know, again, we're getting into that thankful season. You don't need a season to be thankful. But we are in that season, so I hope everybody can get out there and enjoy it and do your part and have a good time with it. Joe, let's get into the SEC news like we always do.
Yeah.
Because we got some stuff. Yeah. We got some stuff going, but we'll start out slow. We'll start out slow with a little action here. LSU and Arkansas. Joe, LSU wins the Golden Boot. They win the Golden Boot. Arkansas cannot catch a break. They are in every game, and they just can't win. Just can't win. But you know, they we'll see. I got something to say about this too. There's a little something coming up.
muting on the mic while he's
Yeah.
coughing. What's up, folks in the chat? Let me just
Uh,
go ahead. Enrique and Carol and 225 Girl and Steele and Jeremy Nix and everybody else. Timothy, what's up, y'all? How you doing? How you doing? We doing all right. We doing all right over here. Randy needs a glass of water, I think, or some bourbon or something. I don't know.
I went with cranberry juice, which might be a bad decision because it's a little,
yeah,
it's a
that would have.
little bite,
Yeah,
you know. So we'll
yeah.
see, but we'll make it. We'll make it. We'll hang in there. Yeah. So Arkansas just can't get the win, but LSU does. They win the Golden Boot, and so good on them, I guess. You know, I mean, everybody's looking for a head coach in that game, so we'll see how that goes. I've got a bit of a note about that actually.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I got a little bit of a note about that, and here's the deal about it, Joe. There are rumors that Dabo Swinney is having deep conversations with the people in Arkansas.
really? He gonna try his luck in the SEC, is old Dabo Swinney.
It's
Well,
just rumor. Right now, it's just rumor, but it was confirmed that they had a meeting and that it was longer and more in depth than either side anticipated it would be. So we will see. I'm not telling you he's going to Arkansas, but I'm telling you that it's not out of the realm of possibility. Like he's like, do you remember Steve Spurrier? He left Florida after 10 years. And he was like, I feel about right. About 10 years, about enough time to be in one place. You got to move on. You got to keep going. And the more I think about that, he's probably not wrong, right? Unless you are, I mean, he could have stayed at Florida because it was his alma mater, right? But he always had ideas about the NFL.
Yeah.
Kirby Smart is in year 10 at Georgia at his alma mater. He's got zero interest in the NFL right now. And so, you know, the situation, he didn't have to leave Florida, but he did. And now Dabo's been at Clemson, what, 15 years, 16, something like that?
It's been a minute.
So, you know, and people are starting to speak out loud and be like, you know, the fan base is talking about the culture crumbling and all this. I'm just saying it's one of those things that I'm not dismissing. That let's just put it that way. It could turn out, but there were more
Sorry.
football games that were actually played over here. Ole Miss and the Gators. I told you a week ago, the Gators had given up the ghost. But talk about coach drama. This game had all of it.
Oh,
right.
I tell you what, it's funny listening to all the drama that is around the Ole Miss station. Anyway, what's up, Still Supreme? And
I mean,
Jeremy talking about turkeys. Yeah, there was coaching conversation galore in this game.
Yeah, because Florida wants Kiffin. Ole Miss wants to keep Kiffin.
Yep.
And the whole time he's just hanging out like, pay me. Somebody's gonna pay me. I don't know.
He ain't saying nothing.
And then LSU just, you know, and to my mind, like yesterday, 2 days ago, really became a player in this discussion. So who knows where Kiffin's gonna go? I mean, this is a prediction show. Do you have a prediction for where Kiffin's going to go? Is he going to be in Oxford next year, or is he going to be somewhere else?
He's going to be somewhere else.
All right. Well,
I mean, he has, you know, I've talked about it during this show many times. I'm like, why would you go somewhere else? But he'll go.
Yeah.
He'll go.
Well, we're all going to find out together, apparently. You know, and he's out there playing the game too, which just makes it that much crazier. Texas A&M, did you see what happened in this game, Joe?
Man, I did not get to watch the game in its entirety, but I am full aware of what happened in this game. That's all I got to say about that. My boys over there at ATM, they were like, yeah, nobody ain't ever seen this one before. Let me show you what we got. Let me show you what we're going to do right here.
Well, let me tell you, I got to watch the first half from home before I had to leave to go to the stadium. And I looked at Alice and said, everything that you can do to lose, A&M has done. They've turned the ball over like 3 or 4 times. They missed 2 field goals. They like everything, busting stuff defensively, everything you could do. 30-3 at the half. And I was listening on the Sirius XM on the satellites as I was driving to Athens, and I was like, even South Carolina.
They did, Jeremy. They said, hold my beer. That's exactly what they said.
Even South Carolina, I was telling myself, there's no way. 30-3
Yeah.
27 points. I'm feeling pretty good. That's a big enough buffer. That's a big enough buffer. And then I didn't see anything else until like later in the day. And I found out that they lost. And I was like, I don't even have, how do you, I don't even, I saw what happened. I saw the highlights after the fact. And literally, A&M just didn't miss in the second half. And
Yeah.
South Carolina looked like the South Carolina they've looked like all year in the second half. And there you go. I mean, that
At
was
some
it.
point, I was just wanting to see a cutaway of somebody on South Carolina's sideline going, "What's happening right
What
here?
is happening?
What is happening right
Oh
now?"
my. Oh
Yeah,
my. I don't even,
it's hilarious.
I've got a drop right here, but this is a family show. I won't use it
Oh,
right
come
now.
on, man.
I
Yeah, y'all
won't use
earmuffs,
it.
earmuffs,
Earmuffs, everybody.
earmuffs.
What the fuck?
Earmuffs, everybody. I'm just
I
telling
mean,
you.
that's everybody in South Carolina was saying
Oh,
that, and they were like, "Yeah, hold my beer." What's
oh my gosh. That
I
one got
love it.
my attention. I was like, I don't even know what to do. But anyway, Kakalaka's gonna Kakalaka apparently. So there you go. But Texas A&M Joe still hadn't beat anybody. You remember what I said last? I mean, I said they were 6-20. The teams they had played had a record inside the conference of 6-20, and then they go
Yeah.
out and beat South Carolina. And that obviously still does not do much for that argument. I mean, they still haven't
Look,
like been beating
you
down
you
people,
can
but you
yeah,
got
they
to give
hadn't
them
beat
credit.
nobody down. Yeah, they hadn't beat nobody down, but look, well, they just beat South Carolina down. But look,
Yeah,
in the second half, you can't that's the biggest comeback in SEC history right there.
yeah, yeah.
Texas A&M is I mean, ain't nobody done it like that before.
The number was something like once a team is
300
down by
yeah,
27, yeah, it's like 1
it's
in
1 in
366.
366. Yeah,
Yeah. I was like,
and they just
unbelievable.
added the one. That's right. Carolina's going to Carolina. As Randy said, Kakalaka's going to Kakalaka, man. That's how they're going to do.
How how embarrassing must it be to
Hey,
now have to carry that around? Like
Beamer's
you're
setting records over there, baby. If you're gonna
oh,
do it good. That's all I'm
do
gonna
it
say.
big, man. Don't mess
Do it
around
big.
with it.
That's
All
right.
right.
Set
Well,
the bar high.
we didn't have that
No,
issue betwixt the hedges. Mm-mm.
no, it wasn't none of that.
Mm-mm.
None of that.
No.
Texas, what's up?
Bam.
Hey, 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 hey.
Oh, Joe.
I didn't.
Uh, uh,
Hey, get out the just get out the screen, y'all. Anyway, that
oh,
was hilarious. I loved it. I was wondering, I was looking for you out there. It's like Randy's having a blast right now
I
somewhere.
was,
He is finding somebody and being like, "What's up, y'all?"
yeah, man, I
Uh,
was, a foot from Matthew McConaughey and, just whatever. He's like, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm like, go dogs, go dogs, go dogs.
yeah, and don't you dare be like, you got to tell Jamie that you were like hanging out next to McConaughey. The new joke is, I'll be back. I'm gonna go take a South Carolina. I'll be right. It's funny, Jeremy.
Oh
Like
my
it,
gosh. Oh my
like it.
gosh. So
It's funny.
Georgia handled business,
They did.
regulated, dominated the Texas
Just punched them in the
Longhorns.
mouth.
Oh, they did. And I told you. And y'all, see, I told you. I hate I hate coming on here and being like, I told y'all this is what they got to do to win. And then they go out and do it. And I'm like, see, I told you. If they do it, they're gonna
Yeah.
win. And that's what happened. And I
Mhm.
just Joe, I had some numbers. I broke them out last night. Here we go. Here we go. Georgia obviously has now won 3 straight against Texas. In those 3 games, they have allowed a total of 79 rushing yards. And in the game on Saturday, Georgia held the Longhorns to 1.4 yards per carry.
Yeah.
You aren't beating nothing with that. I had to regulate myself right there. You are not. And they were coming off a bye week, and they had
Yeah.
0 injuries coming into the game. And this 25-point loss is the biggest loss under Steve Sarkisian at the University of Texas.
That's giving it all to you right there, right there, right there. Man.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right.
There's,
Somebody said you should have tackled McConaughey. Somebody you should have took him down when you had him over there.
Well, he actually had some great things to say about Sanford Stadium today. I heard it today. I guess he said it over the weekend or earlier this week or something. But he was very, very he was very complimentary of Sanford Stadium as an atmosphere and Sanford Stadium the people in it, and then also just the fans. So yeah, I'm not going to be hard on him, but it was it was funny. He was out. He was like Pshaw at like 4 or 5 minutes left in the game.
I'm outie. I'm outie.
So the minister
Loving
of
our chat,
culture
by the way.
or whatever it
Yeah.
was, whatever he
Yeah.
is. Yeah, he was like, I'm out, y'all. This ain't it. So, but yeah, and so Stockton obviously had a huge night. Joe, I mean, I'm trying to sort of bring awareness to anybody who'll listen, but I'm not like beating the table yet for Gunnar Stockton to be in New York City for the Heisman. But just listen to this. The last 4 games, remember, he's 9-1. He's like, his QBR is crazy good. He's at the top statistically, all that. But in the last 4 games, Gunnar has thrown for 1,034 yards. He's accounted for 15 total touchdowns, and he's only had 2 interceptions over that stretch. One of them wasn't his fault at all. And when Stetson Bennett went to New York as a Heisman finalist, in 13 games, Stetson had accumulated 27 touchdowns. Gunnar Stockton is sitting on 27 touchdowns through 10 games, with Charlotte Saturday, a marquee game against Georgia Tech coming up the week of Thanksgiving. And I don't remember when they vote on this thing, but the SEC championship potentially still in front of Georgia. So it doesn't even matter if he goes for the Heisman or anything, but if you're not talking about Gunnar Stockton in that conversation, I just think you're just flat being disrespectful at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I seriously think, and we don't talk about Tech on this show a lot, but I seriously think that you got to have, you got to take a look at both the QBs here in the state of Georgia and say, look, they're quality candidates, and one of them should deserve to have a seat at the table. And I say one of them because obviously the Georgia Tech Georgia game would be a highly magnified game for our boys over there in gold and white. But for Gunnar, I think he just goes out there and handles his business, and he should absolutely be in New York. No doubt about that.
I just want to make sure everybody's aware of what this quiet kid from Tiger is doing, right? He's in the barn with the SEC schedule, and there's nothing left in front of him except winning time. So, we'll see what happens with it all, but he's had one hell of a year by my measure.
That's right.
That is not a surprise to me. So,
yeah.
All right. OU, Joe. OU. They were
Jeremy's on fire. On fire in the chat, by the way.
Nice.
I'm loving it. He's on fire.
They OU, Oklahoma.
That's right. Woo!
Woo!
Okay, sorry.
Oklahoma is on the bracket, Joe. Oklahoma has taken care of their business, including beating Alabama this past weekend at Tuscaloosa, snapping their home winning streak, and they have put themselves firmly on the bracket. And if they handle their business, then odds are pretty good that they are going to make their way into the college football playoff, Joe. The SEC could get 5.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Potentially. We'll see. I mean, 4 you got to feel super good about. But they could get 5, and that would be everybody's like, put more teams in the playoff. We tried to tell y'all, if you put more teams in the playoff, you're going to get more SEC teams in the playoff. Sorry, I don't mean to yell at y'all. This is a good mic.
Then you got Tulane. They got Tulane. Did you hear what Tulane's coach said, by the way? I don't know this guy, but I love this guy. He's like, if Tulane is one of the top 25 teams in the nation and in contention, to be in the college football playoff, he's like, there's not a lot of good football being played in the nation. I was like, that a boy. There you go. I mean, I feel you.
He's coaching them up, man. He's coaching them up through the media. That's what he's doing.
That's right. I was like, I hear you, dog. But I just loved it.
He's like, we are dog water. We are absolute dog water.
He's like Tulane.
Yeah.
Tulane.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And notice,
Yeah.
friends of the show, Herb and Raj, we're not saying anything about Alabama because this ain't about Alabama. This is about
Nuh-uh.
Oklahoma. This is about Oklahoma putting themselves in the bracket. So, I mean, you're sitting here, Joe. Okay, so you got, let's go A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss. Who am I forgetting? Alabama was there.
Yeah,
They're
Alabama
back at
was there.
they're back at
OU.
10 now.
Nice.
And OU. Yeah. So that gets you 5 teams right there. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's going to make for a fun playoff if there's that many SEC
Don't
schools
forget
in it.
about my Vandy folks either. Don't forget about Vandy now. Come on.
No, I'm holding
Come on.
out hope.
Hey.
I'm holding out hope. But look,
Hey.
Notre Dame's still a turd in the punch bowl. But I'm just saying,
Always a turd in the punch bowl.
know.
Notre Dame.
All right.
Always.
Well, that's the SEC news right there. We made our way through it. Let's jump over here to the CFP, and you can see it right here, Joe. You've got Ohio State, who has not played a team with a winning record in 5 weeks. Ohio State has not played a team with a winning record in 5 weeks. SEC fans, I just want to make that clear, okay? Sitting at number 1. You've got Indiana hanging out there at number 2. A&M still at number 3 because of the hat the rabbit they pulled out of the hat on Saturday. The Dogs move up to 4 with Alabama losing. Texas Tech is hanging out at 5. Ole Miss is knocking on the door at 6. Then you see Oregon, then Oklahoma, and Joe, Notre Dame at 9 before we get to Alabama at 10. So now, what they did to Alabama, let's talk about Alabama for a second. They just lost and got bumped 6 spots. So what that's telling me, there's a couple of things on here that are a little shaky that maybe we can get into. But what that's telling me is the committee don't much care if you go out and beat good football teams the way Alabama did. They beat good football teams up until the point that they took the L. Meanwhile, you've got Ohio State sitting at number 1, and they haven't played a team with a winning record in 5 weeks. Yeah. Sitting at number 1, and Notre Dame in the same kind of boat there at number 9.
Yeah. Enrique has it in the chat there. Look at the record of all the teams Ohio State has faced. It's more losses than wins, period. I mean, and they're, yeah.
It's going to work itself out because eventually these teams are all going to have to play. If it's Georgia or A&M or whoever, these Big Ten teams are going to have to play, and then we'll figure it out. And football's a game of matchups. So, we all live dangerously when we say all SEC good, all Big Ten bad, right? Because it's matchups. But I'm just saying the chickens are going to come home to roost at some point.
Well, you can always just look for Notre Dame to be floating around in the ice cubes and the fruit. That's all I'm saying. They're just in there mucking it up.
All right.
Mucking it up.
I just gave you that cool number about Ohio State. Check this out. Notre Dame, of their 7 wins, 3 have come against the last place teams in the ACC, the Big Ten, and the SEC. And Alabama is sitting behind them.
Herb and Raj, I hope y'all are okay. I hadn't seen you in the chat. Don't know where you're at. Somebody phone a friend. Let Herb and Raj know life is okay, and they will have a love for the hate of Notre Dame like I have.
Oh,
I hope.
I heard them mention it last night, and they were like, at this point, we just assume Notre Dame is what it is. We can't even, they were trying to not be upset about it, but
yeah. Enrique says they're doing great. They're fine. They're fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Well, if we look at how that puts them on the bracket right now, you can see that the Dogs are sitting there in the top 4 with no guarantee that they're going to have to play in the SEC championship game. So, Joe, it's conceivable that the Dogs don't have to play that extra game and still get a first round bye. That exists.
That's right, 225 girl. You said it. But yes, that exists. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is absolutely right.
And I mean, you can see you can see that Tulane is on the bracket. Going back to your talk right there, and see, they're just trying to remember your number 13 ranked Miami Hurricanes beat Notre Dame head to head.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
Isn't that funny?
What are we doing? So I'm just saying,
nobody cares. There's so much money, and it just don't matter.
it just don't matter.
I mean, don't matter.
It will sort itself out, but I'm just right now, it makes for some angry conversations among fans who are who are prone to such things. I'm just saying.
Right.
All right. Well, Joe, let's start to look around the country a little bit here. This week, one of the games we've got eyes on is Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech down on the flats at night. They're loading for a big game against Pitt. I know Pitt went out last week and got boat raced by Notre Dame. But remember, But remember, that coach said, I don't care if we lose 110-0 against Notre Dame because it don't matter in the ACC. So I don't know if that means I should I should be like, look out, Georgia Tech, or if it means Haynes King and the boys are going to put it on Pitt Saturday. I'm not sure which way I think that's going to go.
I think it's the first of the two. I really think the coach wasn't kidding when he went out there and said, I'm going to give you the tell me you're flipping me off without telling me you're flipping me off.
Yeah.
Type of scenario, which again, I reference 225 girl in the chat there. Same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Nobody loves you, Notre Dame, because you won't commit. You're non-committal. Nobody cares what you do. That's all I'm saying. You can't line up and do it for real. Don't do it at all.
That's one of the games that we're keeping our eyes on here. We'll get into it in a minute. Another one, Joe. This one is hilarious. This is one of the biggest games in the country this week. A battle in the Big Ten. Joe, Southern California is playing Oregon in a battle of the Big Ten. These two Pac-12 teams are now battling in the Big Ten this week. Game day is going to be there. Game of the week. Oregon's trying to make the playoff. It's hilarious. It's upside down. The world is upside down. That's what I know.
Right. That's right. Carol, I agree. ND stands for no dice. No dice. And why? I mean, yeah, please let Oregon go to Alabama and play. Please.
Or the other way around, or send Alabama out to Oregon.
No, let Oregon come to Alabama and play. I would love that.
That would be fun. Dan Lanning coming back. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun to see. All right. Since we're looking around the country, you can see the ones on the board here, Joe. Missouri at OU, Southern Cal at Oregon. We just talked about Tech. And then your boys about a BYU are going to play Cincinnati. Who you think's on upset alert this week?
I really think that OU is on upset alert this week, actually. I mean, they've come back and they routed the ship, had a great game. And what have we seen from OU over the past month? What have we seen?
Well, I mean, I saw them play pretty good defense against Alabama. Okay. And then the week before that, though, we saw them not do much on offense, which we didn't really see them do much on offense this past week against Alabama either. So, but that defense is flat salty. So,
yeah, defense.
I saw them go up and win on Rocky Top. I saw them do that recently.
What happened after the win on Rocky Top?
What did happen after the win on Rocky Top?
I don't think it was a consecutive win.
Okay, well, I'll just take your word for it. I forget who they lost to, but okay.
My point is, they got the job done. Yeah, and I'm really concerned about them not being able to be consistent, not being able to come off that high hangover, right, and play. I could be entirely wrong, but just for the sake of this conversation, I'm going to put OU on the upset. Top of my poll anyway.
All right, well, I don't agree. I think John Mateer is looking more like John Mateer. He's running the ball better. And as good as I think Hardy is for Missouri, I'm not sure about their quarterback situation. I don't think they're going to have enough against that OU defense at home. So I think OU's got that one. Oregon, I just don't believe that Southern California will, and I know this is about to sound weird, will be able to be physical enough to beat Oregon. I think physically speaking, Oregon's going to have that upper hand against USC. I think that's how this game, that's how Dan Lanning wants it to be. And I think that they'll probably get that done. So if I had to pick one, I would not go with Tech. I think Tech is going to be okay. I would look at Cincinnati. If somebody was going to get them, I think Cincinnati at home might step up and bite BYU right there, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Enrique agrees with you in the chat, and I'm not far from it either. I mean, no.
Yeah. All right. Well, we get to pick them here in a minute. We'll figure it out. You know, in the SEC, we have gauntlets, and this week, I know that this is the Cupcake week in the SEC, but I caution you, football fans, do not look at this and go, it's a Cupcake week. Look at what's in front of you, right? Arkansas hates some Texas, and they are going down to DKR. I'm telling you, Arkansas is so close. They just haven't been able to get over the edge. I don't know that they can beat Texas, but this game is worth watching just because of the two teams that are in it. You can stop right there. Meanwhile, Kentucky scratching and fighting and clawing, trying to get to a bowl game. And Vanderbilt is playing for their college football playoff lives. So that one is fun to watch just because of that. And, oh, yeah, by the way, Tennessee is traveling down to play the Gators in the swamp. And I know there's not a lot on the line as far as, you know, like playoffs and all that, but it's Tennessee and friggin' Florida. And that means something to those of us that watch 90s college football. So, like I said, UK and Vandy top the list here that we were just talking about, but there are really good football games to my college football fan eye on the table for this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Elite, GB, what's up? Somebody new in the chat? Not familiar with
Elite. Nice. Jumping in here. Appreciate it. That's cool to see you. Yeah. So UK at Vandy. Joe, I know. We hadn't talked about Vandy, and we hadn't talked about Kentucky at all this year in this way. And I know that because when I was building the graphic today, I was like, where is that Kentucky helmet? And I had to go find it because we hadn't used it yet.
There you go.
So
look at Enrique bringing them in. He brought in Elite for us. Thank you, bro. Appreciate
that. That's awesome. Yeah. Kentucky and Vanderbilt, Joe. Again, Stoops is trying to get this team to a bowl game. And if he does, then everybody in Kentucky should be like, why would we ever think about firing this dude? Because this is a Kentucky roster. Seriously, they brought in like 70 new people, like almost 70 new people on this roster this year. He wound up going with a redshirt freshman quarterback who is playing better and better every week. They've stuck to their identity of running the football and trying to be as physical as they can be. And they're almost at a bowl game. That is huge for Kentucky. Everybody picked them to be, 3 wins, 4 wins, like just not good at all. And then here's Vandy doing what they're doing, and you've got all the stories that are tied to Vandy. This game, I think, is the SEC Nation game this week. So
I think you're right.
It's going to get a little shine, right? It's going to get a little pregame atmosphere up there in Nashville. And there's just a lot on the line, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game. Vandy, I'm pulling all I can for Vandy because I want to see them make it to the college playoff. And, we may talk about that later. But you're right. Having to play Kentucky, doing what Kentucky does as they've got better in the season and played better. It's going to be an interesting ball game. It really is. I mean, the only advantage that I see here is the fact that Vandy is getting to play at home in this game. And I think that will make a difference in this ball game. But I would absolutely sit down and watch this ball game. It's going to be a good one.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I just don't want people to look at this weekend and be like, man, there's nothing on. That's not true. If you're an SEC fan, there's a lot to look at out here. We got going on this week, including our game of the week, Joe.
Yep.
It's taking place down in Norman, Oklahoma. And we touched on it already. You've got Mizzou headed down there with Ahmad Hardy, who just ran for 3 bills on Mississippi State last week, to take on an OU defense that just forced their way to a victory at Alabama, right? They just kept turning them over. They kept making plays. And so OU has to keep winning. They got to keep it going if they're going to try to stay on the bracket. But Missouri, I don't know. They've got it. I don't know. I don't think they have enough on the road, but this game is between 2 ranked teams, and it's going to not be an easy one. If OU can't put points on the board, it could get dicey.
For all intents and purposes, OU should win this ball game, hands down. I mean, in my opinion, they should win this ball game, hands down. But I just the only thing, there's 2 things that make me think that this will not be the runaway game that 10+ point win that I think it should be for OU. The hangover, I think, could be real, and the fact that it just seems so likely to me to have chaos continue in the opportunity for the SEC. There's so much just at large at play. I just think that it's kind of in the aura of the SEC to have something like this happen where Mizzou would be hurt. But other than the hangover, there's no real reason why OU should even consider losing this game.
Well, it's going to be tough. I like Hardy, but I do remember when Hardy played Alabama, a team that's pretty good against the run defensively. Not great, but pretty good. And they handled Hardy that day. So that makes me lean a little bit more back into Oklahoma, because again, Oklahoma's salty on defense, and they can play the run, get after the passer. And I'm not sure who's going to play quarterback for Missouri.
Yeah,
it's probably still the young guy. So I would have to go with OU here, I think. But we will find out, because it is time for us to make our way into our picks, Joe. That's what we're going to do. And the cool thing about this is that we don't have that many games on the list tonight, but I think we have quality, right? The quantity may not be what it has been in some weeks, but we have quality that we're going to pick this week. So
that's some high quality H2O.
That's some high quality H2O.
High quality.
So here we go. We're not going to spend time on these games that we feel we shouldn't. Obviously, Samford's going out to play Texas A&M. That game will not be close. Just watch your alerts to see, for injuries or something like that. But Texas A&M's going to win that one. I think we're both on board with that. And we're going to hold off on Missouri and Oklahoma for just a second. Same thing here with Charlotte. They're coming in. Georgia's going to win this game. The question is, just from a Georgia fan's perspective, just can you do the thing that I expect you to do, which is handle success, because it should be old hat by now. And then, sorry.
That's a good question in the chat there, by the way, Jeremy. We'll see if we can't squeeze back around to that.
And then don't worry about the motivation. You show up and play well because you are going to show up and play well, right? Are you going to work as hard on a week where you should have the advantage as you did against, say, Texas or Ole Miss or whoever? So it's just a mental game for Georgia, I think, right here, because physically they should be able to go out and do what they want to do. I mean, do you have any thoughts on that, about their ability to meet the measure here?
No, I mean, it should just be a game where, they should decide how long they want to keep people like Stockton on the field for the opportunities that exist,
Yep. Go out there and handle your business. And the same thing with Eastern Illinois rolling into Alabama. Alabama took it on the chin, so they're going to go out there. I just listening to the Alabama people, they really, and there's a lot of back and forth, and they're very emotional over there at Alabama. And the thing about when it don't go their way is you've got, and it's like most fan bases, I guess, you got this faction that's like, no, we're firing DeBoer tomorrow. Like there's that group. And the same thing with Simpson. They're like, bench him and put in whoever. And I'm like, oh, y'all got to calm down, you know. But they were talking about how Simpson needs to have a week against a team like this to sort of re-find his swagger, you know, or whatever word you want to put there. Because even though they had been winning, they were pointing out that that offense is regressing, to use their phrase, not mine. And they just need to get right. So they can do that this week.
Well, you know, just remember what we talked about. Ty had played such a high level, and to be a guy that is known to be a little hard on himself like that. I mean, he's got to work that out, get it out. You know, there's 6 inches between the ears here. He's got to be able to figure that out. This could be a good week for him to do that.
And that's what I kept trying to tell everybody. And it's not I can have an opinion about college football. That's fine. But talking to Alabama people, it's not my place to tell you what your quarterback needs. But go back and check the tape. We, on this show, made it a point to say Simpson has been awesome. He has been so good. And in that run where he was so very good, that was when they needed him to be, and they won those games. But we asked the question, you can't be that good all the time. It won't happen. And when it doesn't happen,
what else you got?
Football? Right. Can you run the football? Can you really play dominant defense? Like, who are you? You know? And so they're still pretty doggone good, you know, even when he's not perfect. So you just can't count on him to be perfect every time. And I just don't know. Again, I hear some voices in the Alabama world say, you know, we can sort it out, and they tell me why. And then I hear other voices tell me, they're like, it doesn't even matter if we make the CFP at this point, because the offense is going in reverse, and we just can't. We don't have a second pitch, is what I'm hearing them say. You know, they're like, we got the fastball all day, but we don't have something else, you know. So you won't last long in baseball or in football if all you got is one pitch. That's just how it is. So anyway, Alabama will win this one. Not concerned about that. Mercer, the Bears going over to take on Auburn, Joe. Here's the thing.
Mercer could beat Auburn. I'm going to tell you, Mercer could beat them. Mercer could beat them.
No.
I'm going to say it. Said it here.
Well, what I was about to say
I'm not saying they will. I'm saying they could.
They could. Well, what I'm saying is I kind of thought this would be a weekend where the Alabama people are already really spooked about this game against Auburn. And I was kind of like, I think Auburn's probably going to go out there and play well and look good on offense again. And if they do, the Alabama people will be all bound up about it, you know. So I kind of expect Auburn to play well, but I guess we'll find out. But I think they're going to win. Are you picking Mercer?
No.
Okay.
I'm not picking Mercer. No.
Okay. So you're on Auburn too. Okay. Kentucky and Vanderbilt. This is where the rubber meets the road. We got to actually make a pick in these last few games here. So Kentucky and Vanderbilt. Nobody who has a microphone in this space that I have heard this year has been as favorable toward Kentucky as I have been. With all that said, I think Vanderbilt wins this game because I just think there's more on the line. I think it actually does. I think that actually matters. And I think at the end of the day, just across the 22, Vanderbilt's going to be a little bit better than Kentucky, and it's going to do enough to get this win.
Yeah, I think Vandy gets the win. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Vandy's going to be able to play at home and help them. I think if this game were in Kentucky, it would be a harder opportunity for Vandy to win. I really do. But I'm going to give a lot of credit to what has been built at Vanderbilt and the energy around what they're doing there. And I think that Vanderbilt does indeed get the win here over a hard-fought and scrappy Kentucky team.
I want Vanderbilt to win for another reason.
All right.
I want them to win so they can roll into Knoxville next week against Tennessee with everything on the line.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be good stuff right there. They got a whole lot of big brother, little brother energy right there, you know, and they're like, oh, we about to show you. So I want them to win to set the stage for what that could be next week. I think that'll be a whole lot of fun if they do.
You can hear all the graduated parents out there saying, your brother's going to get bigger. And when he does, he's coming with an ass whooping.
Yep. There's
We'll
payback
see.
somewhere down the line.
It's like that time I drop kicked you off the trampoline. I remember that. I was like, oh, if he ever gets up, I'm dead. Yep.
Yeah, well, you know,
you got up.
We all make choices.
It was a good one at the time. So I'm saying.
Texas and Arkansas. I know I tried to talk up Arkansas and how dangerous they can be offensively. But I don't think defensively Arkansas has enough to make this happen. They're going to go in there angry. They're going to play hard. It might be fun to watch for a minute. I think Texas outscores them eventually if it gets that way. I think Texas wins.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I have no reason to take Arkansas. I'll take Texas.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
No reason.
Coastal Carolina, Joe, going down to play at Columbia.
I love it. I love it. It's a hard game to choose.
I don't know where South Carolina is at. Like
Chanticleers, man, they get you. They get you.
I don't know where they are right now. Keep in mind that South Carolina is still not bowl eligible. The Chanticleers are. So, you know, and then they got Clemson up next week.
Love it.
I mean, South Carolina did what they did last week. They got to play the Chanticleers right now, and they got Clemson next week. Mentally, I have no idea where the South Carolina Gamecocks are right now. How could you have the audacity to look ahead?
Carol said the same thing I was thinking. They don't know where they are either. I agree. I was just thinking it, Carol.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think this one's going to be a whole lot closer than maybe the experts think. They've got South Carolina up 24.5. I would be real tempted if I were a betting man to take Coastal Carolina in 25 points. I'm just saying. I'm not going to pick the upset though. I'm going to pick South Carolina to figure it out.
Is it an upset? Really?
According to the spread, but I'm going to pick South Carolina. But I'm telling you, I don't expect them to cover 25 points. I don't think that's happening. But we'll see.
I don't know. I kind of want to take Coastal Carolina just for the fun of it.
Yeah, well,
just for the Chanticleer of it. I really do. Oh, I don't know. I guess yeah, I'm gonna take Coastal Carolina. Why not?
Bring it on, chickens. Chickens. Yeah. That's a game of chicken. People don't even realize. Half the people don't even know that the Chanticleer is a chicken. And but there you go. Now we know. We're learning something on the show. Tennessee and Florida. This game is supposed to be played in September, and Auburn and Georgia is supposed to be played in November. But it's like I said earlier, everything's upside down. None of that matters. And Tennessee's playing Florida this week in the Swamp, and it's sold out, Joe. That Florida team has sold out that stadium for this game.
Hey, Tennessee has trouble. They have trouble going there. Everybody knows it.
Yeah. I know Peyton sure knew it.
Surprised. Yeah,
Peyton Manning sure knew it. Joker couldn't get it done. I'm
just going to like the air out of the balloon. I'm taking Tennessee.
Yeah, I am too. I'm taking Tennessee. But I know they have a hard time down there, but I cannot imagine that they're going to go down there and not beat Florida this year, you know. But a couple years ago, they went down there and I said that, and Florida beat them. So
I remember because I picked Florida.
Yeah, I don't know nothing. I reckon,
and I am picking Tennessee this time.
All right, I'm picking Tennessee too. Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers, Joe, headed down to the Bayou. This one? See, LSU's a 3-touchdown favorite in this one too. I'm I
Don't
might
sleep on
take.
Western Kentucky.
I was
They're
gonna
a
say
good
I
team.
might, if I were a betting man, I might take that, but I do expect LSU to win the game.
All right. Well, since I've already taken the Chanticleers, I'm going to take LSU.
Okay, yeah, don't go head over heels. Don't go
Yeah.
that far. All right, so now Missouri and Oklahoma, the game of the week here inside the conference on Cupcake Week. I have a heavy lean. I told you about it earlier. I'm not going to gild the lily. I think Mateer continues to play well. I think Hardy does not go for 3 bills this week. I think Oklahoma's defense and enough on offense gets it done. Sooners win.
Yeah, I said a lot early in the show. I was playing poker in the house with the kids a while ago too. I'm taking Oklahoma.
Nice. See, all that Mateer hate early in the year. Are you rethinking any of that or not really? Not at all.
Not really. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not rethinking the Mateer hate. Yeah, it's just OU. I mean, you know how I feel about OU.
Yeah, I understand.
But I'm gonna take them.
I understand. Nothing wrong with that. I can appreciate it, actually.
Who's Ohio State playing? There's high school football. I mean, who are they playing?
Lord, they're playing Rutgers. Everybody's gonna be watching that one on the.
It is disgraceful for this the whoever these people are that make these rankings. It is disgraceful for them to have Ohio State as the rated number 1. It is disgraceful.
We know how they got there. Texas was the preseason number. Texas was the preseason number 1, and they beat them, and they've just been there ever since, and they just aren't changing it. I'm with you, but even if you argue the schedule, they're like, but they're so talented, Joe. They'll be good when they need to be good. They're just playing their schedule. They can't help.
That's a nice thought.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm just trying to let you know what they think out that way. You know,
them and Notre Dame.
I don't feel that way, but All right. So enough of that. I don't even know why we're talking about that, but I don't care about that. But what I do care about is a game that honestly I don't want to care about. But Joe, did you know? And I thought I had done a slide for this, but I guess I didn't. Did you hear that Virginia Tech has a new head coach?
I did. It was in our chat actually earlier.
James Franklin.
I knew it. Yeah, James Franklin enjoyed his paycheck and moving on over to Vatech.
Man, I tell you what, I can have 2 thoughts in my head at the same time. One being that when it comes to building a program back from desolation and not being very good, James Franklin is good at that. He has a proven track record. He did it at Vanderbilt. He took a Penn State program that was just not good and didn't have a good reputation and built them back up to be where, hey, we're winning 10 games. We just can't beat anybody that matters. And that bugaboo still follows him around. They can't win the big game. He still hadn't done it. And Virginia Tech is a proud program that needs to come back. It needs to have some life. So I think it's probably a good hire. And if I remember correctly, 4 or 6 weeks ago, right after he got fired, the week after, I said, watch James Franklin at Virginia Tech. Ding dong. There you go. New head coach at Virginia Tech. But this week, they're playing Miami. And I saw a rumor today that Mario Cristobal is interested in getting out of Miami, which I don't know that I believe, but I did see it's out there. Miami still got a shot to make the playoff, right? Still could win the ACC, make the playoff, do all that. They got to go on the road to play Virginia Tech. Joe, are they going to go out there and mess around like they did against Louisville? Or are they going to show up and handle business against a Virginia Tech team that's got eyes to the future?
Yeah, no, I think Miami gets the job done, and I just want them to remain there and continue to put the steely eyes on the Notre Dame folks that are ranked above them, even though they were beaten by Miami.
Yep. It's messed up, man. It's just messed up. USC on the road at Oregon. I think I told you before, I just don't think Southern Cal is physical enough to go up to Austin and beat a Dan Lanning football team. That's the end of it for me. Give me Oregon.
Yeah, I'm riding the Green Ducks too, man, and no doubt about that. I have no love for USC.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
And I told you we didn't have a lot that we were going to pick this week, but I thought the games that we chose to pick are good. So I'm bouncing over the ones that I don't care about to get here to Pittsburgh and Georgia Tech. I am going to go with Haynes King and Georgia Tech because I think that I saw Pittsburgh get run through last week against Notre Dame, and Georgia Tech is going to try to run the football. And if you didn't figure it out in a week, Haynes King can hurt you. So give me Georgia Tech at home at night to set up a big matchup against my Georgia Bulldogs next week.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what to say. It's any different than that. I do think that Tech will get the win. I think it will set up a great game for Athens. And it will be,
it's at the Dome, remember?
That's right, at Mercedes-Benz.
Yep.
It'll be a great game there in the ATL. But I expect that Tech handles Pittsburgh pretty easily.
All right. I don't know how much separation there was for us on this week. Maybe just 1 or 2 games, but that's fine. That's fine. It'll all tally up the same. Joe,
That's right.
We have made our way down here to the point where we are going to do everybody's favorite segment of the show.
No.
So before we get into everybody's favorite segment of the show, I got to roll the promo. We got to get into it. Huh? All right, man. Here we go. Coach them up. We've had some good ones this year. What are we talking about this week?
All right. Well, look, we got to talk about Vandy. I was mentioning them at the top of the show. We got to talk about Vandy. Listen, these boys have done what you have to do in the SEC. They have gone from being the perennial little brother and getting kicked and kicked and kicked. We've all done it. We've played football in the backyard, and we have got the hand in the face from the big brother for many years. Vandy has righted the ship. They have pulled the ye old anchor out of the mud. They are ready to go. Now, you do need some help, and I understand that. But listen, fellas, you're at home. You got Big Blue coming in here Saturday. I need you to go get the job done. I need you to put pressure on this pitiful crew of people that ranks and allows people to get into the college football playoff with this no-nonsense crap that they say is, brand and Notre Dame and all this good stuff. None of that matters, Vanderbilt. None of it matters. I need you to go out there and win. I need you to beat Big Blue, and I need you to put these people that make these choices in the light of shame. As we say in the world today of kids that are younger than me and speak languages that are smarter and better, you have to go stand on your business, Vandy. Go stand on your business, boys. Get it done. Put these folks to shame. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this crew regret that they ever had to see the V. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Bring it on, SEC. Give me 6.
That is good stuff, Joe. That is good stuff right there, man. I got to tell you, I was hoping you'd bring it tonight. I was hoping you'd come with. Rank gonna be a coward. That's what
right.
I would say.
Enrique feels me if you smell what the rocks.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, that's good stuff right there, Joe. I hope Vandy gets in the playoff. That would be crazy good.
I love it. Love it. I would love it.
Good.
What can you do, ranking folks?
That's what I'm saying. Just go out there and handle your business. Beat Kentucky, then go flip the apple cart on Rocky Top and say, "What
Get
up?
It done.
What up?
Get it done.
Put us in."
I love it. I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna be all up in it. Eat my popcorn. I'll be sitting there, shadow boxing the TV. I'm with you right there. Be on the punching bag.
That's good stuff. We have held off all this time, so I'm going to stick it in right here at the end. Make sure that you see we come to you this week, every week, thanks to the good folks at Green Gridiron. So if you're watching here on YouTube, jump on down in that description. There's a link there. Just click that link and go look around at what Green Gridiron has. If you're not familiar, they've got all the goodies. They've got all the goodies. They've got all the helmets. They've got the collectibles. They've got the authentics, the replicas, whatever you need, miniatures, the middies, all of it. They've got it there for you if you choose to do business with them. First off, know They're going to take care of you because the customer service is, I'm telling you. And secondly, when the stuff gets to your house, which it'll get there like super fast because they ship it for free. And like, especially if you're here in Georgia, they're based out of South Carolina. So bam, it's going to be here.
Enrique says, show your helmet. And Carol, I have not got my helmet yet from Bowden, by the way.
You can show it. It's back there. It's right there above my thumb. It's back there. We got stuff moving around. I don't have access to it, but it is good stuff. And I'm just telling you, just go look around on the website because if you do choose to do business, there is a code. You can save some money. HBTFD. It exists. So use that code if you choose to make a purchase. But if you don't, just go look around because I'm telling you, there's some cool stuff over there that's worth seeing. That's
y'all get excited. As excited as you are about Green Gridiron, get excited about Vanderbilt because they're going to, as The Rock would say, you want The Rock to put that candy ass, smack that candy ass right here for you. I got a candy ass. Let me put the smack down on it. Woo!
Where did Jeremy go? There's Jeremy. I mentioned his name. There he is. He's like, boom. And he's got it right. We hope everybody enjoys the holiday week. It's coming up next week. If you're traveling, be safe. If you're staying home, then do that part right and enjoy yourself. Don't work too hard. Spend more time having a good time than stressing out about whatever it is that's going on because it's not worth it. There's too many other things going on. Don't be stressed out about whether or not your mashed potatoes look right. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
That's right.
All right, everybody, thank y'all for being here with us, especially on the adjusted time. I'm not going to keep you too long tonight. I appreciate you jumping in here with us. Come on back. We will figure out something for next week. I don't know if we're going to do a show on Thursday. I will put something up and let everybody know what we're planning on doing around that. So you'll know. But right now, I don't know. So we're going to have to wait and see. But either way, enjoy the games this week. Enjoy your holiday. And as always, go Dogs!